broadcasting live from high atop Scott's social media studios in the heart of the Cedar City. This is SEC Football Review. With your host, Jared Scott and Michael Clay. What's the word, Michael?
Not much. That just ended abruptly. I thought I was going to bring it down. Was I supposed to bring it down?
Whatever works for you, Michael. Whatever works for you.
Well, you gave me a job and I was going to do it, and I think you backstabbed me on my job.
I did? Yeah. I backstabbed you so soon?
Yeah.
I mean, geez, we just started the show and I'm already backstabbing you. I guess I need to grab a PBR for that one. Geez.
Yeah, I mean, you told me to slowly bring the music down, and then it just stopped.
You know, Michael, I gave you one freaking job, I swear.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Not your fault, mine. Okay, this is it. This is not an adult-oriented show, so I'm going to keep from cussing Michael out right here on the show. Okay, so, we're very excited to be back on with you today, and a lot of great games to talk about today.
Last week was fun, maybe a little test run. Kind of glad after seeing some of the games, glad no one really saw our picks.
Hey, speak for yourself. I think I had some pretty good picks in there. There was some unexpected picks that I made, and made me feel pretty good about myself.
Really? My outright upset lost Tulane, but they did make it close for a little bit.
I thought they were going to win it. I thought for sure they would, and they did not. But anyway, the last week is over, and now we are into a new week.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to have folks join us. All 0 people in the audience today.
No. I think they're out there.
Who?
There's an audience. Let me hear you.
Oh.
Listen to that.
That's amazing. You like Paul audiences out your butt, Michael. I'm not sure how that works.
Look, they quieted down when I told them to.
I'm sure they did. They did.
Yeah, there's people here.
Teams.
So, Kentucky, Ohio, and you want to talk about last week and the week before that, Kentucky was a Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, I know.
Because against South Carolina, they looked awful.
Let's see. We were looking at what was it, South Carolina?
Yeah. And I watched some of that game. They looked horrible. And I thought Georgia, and I think we both picked Georgia to cover.
I think we did. So we both lost that one.
Yeah, and they looked, they gave Georgia a hard time. It was 1 point.
It's funny,
12.
Tom, my buddy Tom Luck, he was talking about how Kentucky always plays Georgia well, which I was like, what are you talking about? And then he started giving me some stats, and I was like, wow, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Maybe we can get him to call in. Maybe we can get him to call in. No, not specifically last week, but the last few seasons.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Where was that information last week before I said Georgia would cover easily?
Well, we both bit the dust. That's why we're going to have some experts call in tonight.
Okay, good.
So hopefully
we can
give us
a little luck.
Have some people who know what the hell they're talking about instead of having our dumbasses.
You didn't hear mine.
Hear your what?
I said maybe he'll give us a little luck.
He is Tom Luck. He is Tom Luck.
See, they liked it. God. It's like I'm not even here today. You don't let me bring the intro down, and then you don't listen to my jokes. All right,
we're gonna learn how to do this show one of these days, Michael.
Yeah,
I'm not sure when, maybe next lifetime or something. But anyway, this is just for fun, right?
Yeah.
We have a good time doing it, and it's good to get together again.
No, it is. It
gives us a good excuse to hang out.
Last week was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought we had some good laughs. I think last week was started out a lot better than right now.
That's your fault, though, Michael.
Yeah, I guess.
This one's your fault. This one's totally your fault.
I'll put it on me.
Okay, so let's we're gonna try not to spend so much time on these games, right? Because these games are just not. But they have played Syracuse, the USA, and Yeah, I don't even know who
That's
the hell
South
that is.
Alabama,
Who is this?
Morgan State.
Well, they held their own with Syracuse,
Yeah,
and then they won both of those games against nobodies. So who knows? You know, if Kentucky doesn't show up,
yeah. I would say if I'm going to do anything in this game, I would take the under. Kentucky's not showing to be able to score a lot of points. I mean, Ohio may not have a defense, and I don't know what's the
so
over-under.
Kentucky is expected to win by 20.
Yep, 20-point favorite. And the over-under is 41.5.
So you're going to take the under. I'll take the over.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take the Bob Barker 21. Isn't that?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Price,
I was
price
like,
is
Bob,
right.
Yeah,
Hell,
last
we
week.
talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name of the show, and thankfully
Yeah.
Michael has a great
one
memory.
one of the
One of the greatest shows ever.
game shows on
Yeah.
TV, and you've never heard of it.
Let me tell you something. I just couldn't remember the name, Michael. Don't throw me under the bus right now. my
Okay,
friend.
who hosts the show now? Who's the game show host?
Isn't
now?
that Carey? Drew Carey.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Drew Carey
Yeah, you
hosts it
gotta
now.
give me more than just one name. You're
Well, I
just
mean,
throwing-
back in the day, so we used to stay. This is totally off subject now, but I mean that's what this show's all about. We used to go up and see my grandparents in Cincinnati. So they were in Cincinnati, and we would always stay in their trailer. So they had a trailer in a mobile home park.
Okay.
But my grandfather, one of his favorite shows was The Price is Right. And he had watched that show so many times. I think he had watched reruns. I think that's what we were watching was reruns
And he
because he knew all the prices. He knew all the
Yeah.
prices, and that's part of the reason why I drank the PBRs, to go with it too.
Yeah.
Is simply because that was his favorite beverage. And
Price is Right and PBR.
Price is Right and
Can't go
PBR,
wrong.
you can't go wrong with that. Not at all. Not at all. But
There's a good documentary to get even more off topic of what we're here for about the Price is Right and about a guy who I think over the course of
PBR. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
over a course of a year or two, like I don't remember the full documentary, but he studied prices and how they did the game, and he finally got picked to be, he would go, and like he was nailing everything.
Well, that
I
game.
don't know the name of the documentary.
What was the
but
other one?
you
Wheel of Fortune was the other one.
Yeah.
That was his other favorite show. And when it was Wheel of Fortune, he always knew the answers to the puzzles too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I'm still convinced, right? That
Y'all were watching. He already knew. Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, I thought, man, Papa knows everything.
Dude,
he
that's
knows
an
it all.
awesome- When I get old, I'm gonna do that.
Just watch the reruns.
Yeah, and
then
then have my
name all the
grandkids over.
answers with the grandkids
Yeah.
there, so that they think you're just the smartest son of a.
Dude. Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
way
do
to
that.
go.
I'm gonna
That's the
do
way to
that
go.
if I can remember.
Okay, well, getting back onto the priorities here. Next game, like I said, we're
Well,
covering all the games that
yeah.
are. Did
So
you
let's
want to
get
go
a
back to
final
Kentucky?
pick. Yeah, just real quick. So
Okay,
what's
like
the
I said,
final?
I'm gonna take the over $1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the over.
And
I'm gonna do
under.
21. You'll do 19.
Yeah, under. I don't know. I'll take 3-0. If they win by a field goal.
Oh, you're gonna do $1.
I just, as long as it's under 41 and a half. 40 points. 20-19, I'll be happy. So, and the spread, I don't know. Kentucky, they'll just have to prove. I wouldn't take Ohio to keep it under 20, but I wouldn't take Kentucky to win more than 20 either.
Bobcats.
Yep.
You ready now?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
We spent way too much.
Way too much time. It was a good conversation though.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
so looking at Texas A&M and Bowling Green Falcons.
Do you know what state Bowling Green's in? A little trivia.
This would be Bowling Green, Kentucky, would it not?
No, well, that's Western Kentucky. It's Bowling Green, Ohio.
Oh,
Jeez. Man,
See?
I'm going to win a lot of trivia with you.
you're going to win a lot of trivia with me.
You don't know any of these schools.
Well, I figured there might be two schools in Bowling Green, Kentucky. One of them would be Bowling Green, and the other one would be Western
Do
Kentucky.
you
But
think
obviously,
Bowling
I'm clueless.
Green, Kentucky is big enough for 2 universities?
Wow, that'd be a great deal, I guess. Okay, Michael.
Only big cities have 2 schools in them.
I guess
And I
that's
wouldn't
true.
rule Bowling Green, Kentucky as a
Definitely not a big
major
city.
metropolis
No, not a big city.
booming downtown
Now you got me
city.
curious. I have to find out where that is.
So while you're looking that up, Texas A&M, Bowling Green, they're playing at A&M, and A&M is top 25. They're ranked 25th. They're 22.5-point favorites. I don't really know what Bowling Green has. I would take the spread because Texas A&M pretty much put a whooping on Florida and also proved to me I don't think Florida has anything. What do you? Oh yeah,
Trying to find Bowling Green, Ohio here.
it's north of North Baltimore, Ohio.
North of North Baltimore. I need to turn off this stupid.
But yeah, so Texas A&M, they looked pretty good against Florida at Florida. And I know last week we said anytime you can.
Wow, it's almost to Toledo.
Yeah.
Man, that's cold, bro. That's cold up there, man.
Speaking of Toledo, they put a whooping on Mississippi State.
They did. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But that's way up there, bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's way up there.
Was that Lake Erie? Yeah.
Whew, that's way up there. It's cold up there. It's cold, cold.
Okay.
Okay, so looking back here. So what are the picks here?
So it's Bowling Green, Texas A&M. Texas A&M's 22.5-point favorite.
I'm gonna pick Texas A&M to cover the spread.
I will hold your hand and go with you.
Yeah, I assumed you
You
would.
like when I hold your hand.
Hey, sweetie. Yeah.
I like that. The crowd likes it too.
I think your wife would be a little jealous, wouldn't she? Okay, and then of course, looks like everybody's predicting Texas A&M to win. So the question is, are they going to cover the spread or not? Right?
Yeah. 90% of the people were picking Texas A&M to win. So.
And then Texas A&M, they got one loss to old Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And oh man, Bowling Green played Minnesota, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, and they played Penn State.
They didn't do too bad.
Look at
against either
that.
one of them,
Yeah. Neither one of them they did too. Well, maybe I need to change my tune.
No, you can't.
Too
You
late
can't.
now.
I
Too late
can,
now.
but you can't.
You can't.
That's the rule.
That's the rule. There's all these weird rules around here.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're written down somewhere.
So speaking of, we'll talk a little bit about Florida situation here very soon as well. That's a precarious.
So
We've got a guest caller calling in for that one. So.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, you want to move on?
Yeah, let's get the final pick. They'll go back up on because I don't know what the over under either. So 22.5.
So
after seeing the
23 and a half. You're going to go 20,000.
23. Yeah. No, I'll take the over. I'll keep the over. Texas A&M. And then
We'll both take the over on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I was taking the spread. I was taking Texas A&M to cover. To win by more than 23. Then the over-under is the total points. 51.5.
You don't think they're going to get about 51 and a half? That's
Well, if you're going to cover 22 point
you
spread,
got to come up with something.
Yeah, I'll take the over and Texas A&M to cover 22.5. That's risky, but we're not. I mean, not really bad.
I'm
not actually going to place a bet on this one.
Oh, you're not?
Just for the show, I'm saying that's what I'm taking.
But not
Not
money.
on this one.
No
I
money
have.
on this one.
I got a couple picked out, but they're not SEC games that I feel good about.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about those a little bit too.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, this is the Akron Zips against South Carolina.
Do you know where
Look at
Akron
that
is?
spread. That is Akron, Ohio. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Okay, I just want
Yeah,
to make sure I wasn't
that's
missing
an
something.
easy one. I probably would have made you leave the room if you didn't know that.
I don't know. I don't know if you know how to work all this stuff. If I'm gone.
It would
I
be
guess
fun.
you could just wing it.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see what would happen.
You're not doing a very good job with our sounds over there.
Well, we haven't had any really
We
good
haven't had any good ones yet.
one-liners.
That's
yeah.
fine. That's fine.
I mean,
Justified.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking a little bit here at
I know it's sad we haven't had any good Jeff.
yeah, that's sad. That's very sad. This is a big spread on this one.
South
I'm
Carolina.
not going to take South Carolina to cover this spread. 27 points.
Yeah,
It's a big
but
spread.
I'm not sure Akron's got anything.
Yeah.
They're saying Akron's not going to score too much. The
Who have they
over-unders.
played?
I don't know who.
Is that Colgate, Rutgers, Ohio State?
And they got killed by Ohio. Well, Rutgers too. Yeah, you don't have to take the spread. I'll take it. South Carolina's scoring. I don't know. No, I'll take it. Yeah, 27.
I mean,
you said?
South Carolina against Old Dominion, 23-19.
First game of the year. They killed Kentucky, and then they hung in there with LSU.
That's
36,
amazing.
33.
They did that to
They
Kentucky, and then Kentucky turned around and did what they did to Georgia.
I know.
But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Jekyll and Hyde. Like
It
I
is
said.
Jekyll. You're right. It is Jekyll and Hyde. And you know who else is Jekyll and Hyde?
Isn't Jekyll and Hyde scary?
You know who else is Jekyll and Hyde? Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
We'll talk about that in a little bit too. We got a guest caller calling
I'll
in
prob-
on that one too.
Oh, we have 3.
We got 3. Yeah, we're a big show now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're a couple
I
rednecks.
may get up.
Couple
and leave
rednecks.
at the Vanderbilt one just because I'm.
Yeah, I got
that
tickets to
mad.
one of the Vanderbilt games coming up. So hopefully they're going to win it against the nobody. We'll see.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Okay, so what's the word here? We said that I was going to say no. I'm not going to pick this. They're going to make the spread, right?
Yeah, 27.5. Yeah, I think they do it. I don't think Akron has anything.
I'm gonna say they're not. I'm gonna say the Zips. I'm gonna go for the Zips,
The
baby.
Zips.
I'm gonna be a Zips fan, not a cock fan. You're a cock fan.
Well, no. It's a family show. Come on, clean it up.
Is that really what it is?
I don't
I
know.
mean, ESPN went off the chains about cocks. So.
Oh yeah, Pat McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
He brought a rooster out.
Oh, that was the cock of the walk. That was Cocky.
Yeah.
They're not
Well-
Cocky. Cocky's not the mascot. Cocky is the costume mascot.
Yeah. He.
I can't remember
it
the
was
name
a
of
real
the other.
rooster he brought out. I don't.
No,
think
but
that's-
it was the official rooster. He was the official cock.
Man, it was just some chicken from.
No,
some
it was
dude's
not.
farm.
I'm telling you, it was not. It was straight up.
So is it like the bulldog for Georgia Bulldog?
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
they have a
In
rooster.
fact, they have. Let's see. They have a. They have an actual stand for the mascot.
Do they
Big
fight him?
Spur, Sir Big Spur. That's what his
Okay.
name is, Sir Big Spur.
Well, do they fight him?
And no, they don't fight him. But he has an air conditioning
That's the
system
only
built
reason
into
they're-
his little stand. He has.
Are you serious?
Yes.
When did they start doing that?
Dude, this is
new?
Big Spur, man. Big Spur. He's the Big Spur. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, but you act like that. They have not been. How long has they had this guy?
Well, I don't know how long chickens live, so there may have been other Big Spurs, kind of like they've got multiple Smokies.
He's got a caretaker, just
Oh,
like Uga.
dude, all these mascots have
Well, I
gear.
know that, but like,
Columbia Veterinary Emergency Trauma and Specialty stands as a beacon of veterinary excellence, taking care of Sir Big Spur.
Beth Clark. But okay, I have never seen like 2 years ago.
You can actually get an appearance request, with small appearance
No.
fees here, $1,000. You can have Big Spur show up at your wedding.
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
just set
we're gonna
up-
make a request.
Can
That's what we
Big-
need to do.
Can
Have Big Spur come to
be
our
the
show.
ring bearer?
Oh
a
man,
wedding,
that's
babe?
where it's at
That
right
would be
there.
cool.
That's where it's at. I wonder if we get Big Spur to come to the show. That would be great. You know what? If we ever get big enough to where we do a
Well-
show at South Carolina, we'll have Big Spur show up to the show. We will.
All right.
If it ever happens.
You know, every
get
now and
there.
then I have a stray rooster come up to my house. Out where I live, we don't have stray dogs. We have stray roosters. I've had in 7 years 2 different times one stray chicken and one stray rooster.
I don't have any roosters. Well, we have a goat back in the back.
Just walks around.
It just crying all the time. I don't know.
I used to have a
I got
goat.
some new neighbors.
He
but,
died. He did. He got old. He was old.
We need to have pictures of your entire animal family over there at the house.
Yeah, I got a bunch. I post.
We're
my
gonna do that
pigs
next
bathing
show.
in the
Next show
mud.
we'll do
Okay.
that. We'll do the next show.
So, yeah,
man, I'm tearing up here. I'm so excited. Okay.
But when have you heard about this other than this past weekend?
No, I knew about Big Spur.
For how
I didn't
long?
know about his name. I didn't know that
They've
was his
never
name.
made a big deal. Like, I can remember, let's say, when South Carolina played Florida, when Spurrier was with South Carolina.
Dude,
they
that's
never
what-
brought
that-
him up then.
That's the audio in the background. That's Big Spur. That cock-a-doodle-doo is Big Spur.
No, yeah, it's audio, but it ain't the real. They don't have a microphone up to the chicken going, "Come on, Crow, Big Spur."
I don't know. I'll have to look that one up.
No, it's one of these. Well, but not laughing. It's the rooster.
That's what we need to do. We need to have that little soundboard have all the sounds of all the mascots.
Yeah, and when
Pretty
we
exciting.
like, if you want South Carolina, you hit that
Hit
one.
that one. Yeah,
pick
we'll do that.
All
Now.
right.
I'm gonna work on that. We'll see
All
if
right.
we can.
Moving
You know,
on.
we have normal jobs and we don't get paid to do this.
No.
So we have to actually pay our own bills. And
Yeah.
anyway,
Hey, one day when we're at South Carolina with our own Big Spur,
then we'll
'Cause
have
this
all the
show took
sounds we
off.
want. That's right. All the sounds we want. Okay, you ready to move on? Or you good?
Yeah, because I'm South Carolina all the way.
And just recapping, right? South Carolina's lost to LSU just barely, and they whipped the snot out of.
You know what? Can I change my pick? They're not going to cover the spread.
No, it's too late.
Okay.
Well,
Dang it.
then again, you said you were the only one that could change their pick, so I don't know.
No,
You make up all the rules around here.
just hold
Apparently,
me to it. But
I don't get to make up any rules. All I can do is drink beer.
they're not going to cover. But I'm still taking them to cover.
Okay,
Moving on.
moving on. Not that important of a game anyway.
Mm-mm.
Gasso, Georgia Southern.
You want to talk about boring game to watch?
Now, this is for an Ole Miss fan. This is like
Well, yeah.
this is like the
that's only
equivalent
one-
of Tennessee's game where Nico went banana crazy with what 70 points or something. In the,
Yeah, 61. They covered the spread and the over in the first half.
yeah. I think I said they were going to cover, didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't say in the first half.
No, I didn't. That
This
was a
is
record.
gonna-
I think that was a record. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But
This is going to be.
so while we're on the topic of Ole Miss,
Mhm.
I've been seeing a lot of rumors that Lane Kiffin might get going someplace else. What are
No.
you thinking?
No.
I don't see it happening either.
Yeah, I think that I would see Deion Sanders going there before Lane Kiffin.
Hey, just for the record, this is our purple squeegee. Okay.
Yeah, I was stressed out for a second.
Yeah. So Michael
fiddling.
had to. This is for, we
Yeah.
got a purple mattress and they give these out for free whenever you get a purple mattress. So
What? Yeah. I thought it was a cup holder.
I'm an old man and I'm getting too dang fat, and so they give these out as a stress release.
Oh.
This is the top of the purple mattress. Oddly enough,
Oh.
it's very comfortable. You should
Is
try
it?
one. Yeah.
Is that what it's the
They're not
brand
cheap.
name's called? Purple Mattress?
It's the purple mattress. Yep, purple mattress. We're not. This is not a sponsorship.
No.
I just like the mattress. Okay, so
Yeah.
are you going to pick the over under on this? I mean,
yeah,
Lane
Ole Miss
Kiffin
covered.
loves to rack up points.
Yeah, he'll score. Yeah.
He's going to score like crazy.
Yeah. I say
So we're
Ole
both
Miss,
picking the over.
They may score 65 on their own.
Yeah, I think so too.
Uh,
They whipped up the snot out of MTSU. I thought MTSU was going to make a turnaround now that they got Vanderbilt's old coach.
No, I told you
You
last
already
week.
told me. I know you told me
It's
that.
not going to happen. They'll run it. He will be run out of there midway next year.
They paid him a lot of money. He's making
Well,
almost $1 million a year and come out of Vanderbilt.
He's robbing them. I said that last week. I'm sorry. He can be a good defensive coordinator, but he is not a head coach.
And they've not really faced anything. I don't know how good Wake Forest is, but they've not really faced anybody significant yet. So,
Well, and add Georgia State to that, or Georgia Southern.
oh, and Boise State. Speaking of stories, my understanding is Boise State now going to be moving over to the Pac-12. Did you see that?
You mean the Pac-2?
It's not going to be the Pac-2 no more
Be
because
the
there's 4 more
Pac-3.
teams coming in.
Oh. Well,
4
this
teams.
year, I looked it up because, we made that joke last week, like Pac-4 or 5. There's only 2 teams right now.
Yeah, there's only 2 teams in the Pac-12.
Washington State and Oregon State.
It's the Pac-1-2. That's what it That was a good one. You got to admit that was
No.
a good one. It's the Pac-1-2,
Listen, they're
baby.
laughing. They're laughing.
It's the Pac-1-2, people. Pac-1-2.
Look,
But remember
crowd
what
had a
I
long
told
day
you.
today.
Remember I said, hey, Pac-12 has still got that that power conference status.
Yeah.
And these teams are going to want that power conference status. They have to have 8 though to stay alive.
They need 6 more. I didn't realize it was down to 2. I know you
They don't
told me
need 6
last-
more. I told you they just added 4.
Who's the other 4? But not for this year.
No, they've already signed contracts.
But it's
Not for this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's like 2 years. We can ask. I think Tom Luck knows about all this. We'll ask him whenever we get to talking to him. But anyway,
yeah.
you ready to move on?
Yeah, Ole Miss wins, probably covers, and
Okay.
and the over too.
Okay, moving
Because
on.
looking, Georgia Southern looks like. Now I don't know if they'll score anything against Ole Miss, but they're able to score some points.
I don't think they'll score anything against Ole Miss, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. They scored 45 against Boise
I
State.
know that's
so
what I said. Looking at their,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
yeah.
I'm
mean,
not
I'm not
watching any
saying
of
they're
their
going to
games.
score. They won't score 40. They might score 14.
I don't know if Boise State's in the same caliber as an Ole Miss though.
No.
Okay, moving on. Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, Ole Miss all the way.
Okay, here we go. Another blowout, and they're actually kind of saying that this is going to be a blowout.
I mean, Is the coach, is the own coach picking himself to win? Is it like
I don't know.
a half?
It's
1%.
It's 1%.
The coach and the coach's wife.
Well, I don't know. The coach's wife looks like she didn't pick. So I don't know. 1% depends on how many people were in the survey. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
This is Vegas numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a predictor. I guess it's not actually. I like the thought that
According to ESPN Analytics.
Yeah, I like the thought of it. It's votes and like only
The one,
Yeah,
the one vote out of 100 votes is
it's
the
like
coach.
the coach's wife. Yeah, or the coach.
Yeah.
It being a predictor, that's not as fun.
And this is Louisiana Monroe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The War Hawks. I like this. Now that we can actually read what the hell's on the screen.
Yeah, no, it's nice. You did a good job from last week to this week.
Yeah,
for
a
sure.
lot better, a lot more improved. So hopefully people can actually see it on their phone. So
Texas will continue to roll.
let's see. Yeah, man, look at these. I mean, these spreads are huge. 52, 56
Yeah,
to
they'll
7.
cover. They'll cover. They're scoring 50
And then
points.
Michigan, they even put it down on Michigan, who everybody thought was something. The
Yeah.
Raging Cajuns. So they didn't even play the Raging Cajuns. They've only played 2 games.
This year, yeah.
They won both of them, though. They beat UAB 32 to 6. Interesting. Who is this? Jackson State?
Yes. I was going to say Jacksonville, but no, it's Jackson State. I think they're out of Mississippi.
Interesting. Okay, you ready to move on?
Yeah. Or it could be Jackson, Tennessee. You think there's a Jackson State University at Jackson, Tennessee?
Okay, you've already screwed me on that once. Union is already there, so you're saying that Jackson is not going to be big enough either for 2 schools,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
right? So the 2-school rule that kind of says, okay, Jared, you're an idiot. So okay, moving on. Okay, UCLA, LSU. Now this, I'm kind of interested in watching this game, although apparently the numbers say that UCLA is going to get stomped.
Yeah. Somebody went out there.
I don't know why I'm surprised LSU is still 16. I don't know. The last little bit of performances I've seen out of them don't look very good.
I don't think UCLA is very good. Somebody went out there and beat them pretty good last week at UCLA. Trying to think who it was. Scroll down and see. I don't remember. Oh yeah, Indiana. Look at that. Killed them. 42-13.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember them talking about how this was like. Wasn't this like the first time Indiana's played them in the Rose Bowl or something?
Maybe.
It's so. I'm not going to bemoan people in California, but they think that they know something about
Did you hear
college
bemoan?
football, right? So yeah, we need to add that as a button, don't we?
I know. Because you did that. You said that Bemoan. Oh, why is there
Crickets.
crickets? You said, I hit the wrong one. You said Bemoan last week. Oh, they're still cricketing.
Did I say bemoan last week?
Yes, and I did the same joke. Went, and you, I guess. You didn't.
I'm old. I can't remember these things.
But
But I mean,
who says
like
Bemoan?
I mean, the whole thing about, hey, UCLA plays in the Rose Bowl, and I'd like to see the stats on this, and I've not looked it up. I should, because it's got to be interesting. But California folks talk like UCLA and USC are like big football programs, and they are. I'm not saying
Well,
they're not big
historically,
football.
yeah, they
Historically, they're very big football programs and good basketball programs, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question is, how many people actually attend a game? And I'm trying to think. I had this conversation with somebody, and it was about, oh, okay, has UCLA ever sold out the Rose Bowl?
I would say at least one time.
Right? Because Tennessee, what sells
More
out?
than one.
Tennessee sells out every game.
Oh yeah. Well, the South. That's
College football in the SEC, and I couldn't explain this to folks in California.
Mhm.
Like when I said, oh, I went to UT.
They said they thought Texas.
They're like, oh, you went to Texas? No, I went to the UT.
yeah, yeah.
And you know what's funny is it didn't used to be the UT, but the SEC has officially made it the UT.
And
now.
said, yeah, University of Tennessee, yeah. I'll always know it. Like, I'll just say Texas if I'm going to talk about Texas football. I never
Mhm.
say UT. But that's just
Yep.
because where we grew up.
Well, nationally now it is.
Yeah, I know.
Texas versus UT.
Well, and,
And
SEC,
and its potential. There's a lot of potential for that one to be.
I would like this year.
That'd be
I
a
would
great.
hope to
That'd be
see
a
them
great
two
SEC
play.
championship.
Yeah. I mean, it's early in the season still, but yeah, right now, I would love to see those two play.
Well, looking at LSU, right? LSU's ranked number 16. They did lose to USC. Speaking of
Yeah,
California
I think-
football teams,
I think USC's
right?
decent.
Yep.
But and then they have, I think, going on the road to South Carolina and winning. That's a solid win, not spectacular, but I mean, I think LSU's decent.
Well, and you know, it goes back to the when you play at an SEC stadium, right?
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they're sold out.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are passionate. It ain't like you got your own fans there unless it's at Vanderbilt.
Right. No, it's true. That's
I mean,
funny, but it's true. yeah.
Vanderbilt sells out, and when they sell out, if they're
'cause-
playing Georgia
yeah.
or if they're playing Tennessee, guess what? It's because they sold out to Georgia fans or to Tennessee fans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was hoping that this season would be a change to that, but clearly that's
I
not
don't
going to
know.
happen.
Yeah, but LSU, I think they win. I don't know. It could be Jekyll Hyde. I think they win. They covered 23.5 points. I don't know. But even if they won, like,
UCLA's 1-1.
yeah, they play. Hawaii's not very good. So, I mean, I could see a score of like 24-6.
I'm gonna pick LSU to cover.
Are you?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick LSU to
I
cover.
mean,
I'm gonna be a Debbie Downer on the Rose Bowl fans.
yeah. Well, you're not going out on a limb, really.
And
They're
this
playing
is at
in
LSU.
Yeah, yeah,
This is in Death Valley.
yeah.
There's a reason why it's called Death Valley. Okay,
So, all right.
so what's
I'm gonna say they don't cover. LSU can be a Jekyll and Hyde type team,
okay?
but
You
they
gonna-
win.
You gonna play us the sound there?
What am I playing?
The Jekyll and Hyde sound,
Oh yeah, the stereo.
because you keep using that terminology. So
Well, you keep using bemoaned.
I need to have a bemoan sound. Is there not a sound on there for bemoaned? Oh, whatever.
No, because no one. This board
No one
is like,
uses
what?
the word.
No one uses that. The board said no one uses that. Why would I have a button for moan?
No, that's
What are you
probably
like?
true.
Grandpa, did Grandpa
Hey,
say that when he was
yeah.
watching Wheel of Fortune and
Okay,
drinking his
yeah,
PBR?
yeah, I sure did. I
Yeah.
sure did.
No, you're Grandpa. The story you just told.
Yeah, I don't know that he ever said bemoan.
Well, you got it from somewhere.
I got it from probably my Vanderbilt education. Anyway,
Oh well. I'm gonna
okay,
promote how
moving
smart I
on.
am.
Speaking of,
Oh man.
yep.
What's the spread? 20 points. So it's Vanderbilt at Missouri. Missouri struggled early. Who was it they were playing? Last week, but then they turned it on. I can't remember who they played. Boston College. I say they turned it on. They only won by 6, but I think Boston College might. Well, they were down. I think they were down early. But had to come back. But I don't think Vanderbilt. I don't know. I was very disappointed in last week.
Speaking of, I think we've got a caller calling in right now
okay.
to talk about this game. Can you hear us there, Mr. Hahn?
Yes, sir. I can.
Okay.
Very excited to have you. Michael Clay, you do remember Michael Hahn whenever he was on the show with us?
Yeah, I think we
In
did a show
past
together
seasons?
one time.
Yeah.
Boy, I can.
For
Can
this.
I can hear him.
Okay.
Can you hear us okay there, Michael?
Yes.
Okay,
Very
very
well.
good. Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
So,
our first
Michael's
time.
There.
Yeah, can you hear
Michael,
Clay?
hey, Michael.
Yeah, hey, Michael.
Hey,
how are
Michael.
you? Yeah.
I'm doing great. Long time no see.
Yeah, a long time.
It's been a while. Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on Vanderbilt so far, and then in this game with Missouri?
We've got a quarterback. That's
Yeah.
my first thought. Yeah. Mr. Diego Pavia. He's the man.
Yeah.
So in the first game, we beat Virginia Tech squarely, pretty well. We played well, and the second game was just no surprise. And I see this team got pretty good hope for the whole season. And then all of a sudden, last week we got this crap game. We lost to Georgia State.
Georgia State,
in
yeah.
Atlanta.
Well,
So,
Yeah, what did you do to cause that to happen?
well, crap game. He's a crap game.
Were you at the game, Michael? Did you curse him at the game? Is that what happened?
No, I didn't make a trip because my.
That's
family
why you should have
obligations
been
and
there. You
everything.
should have been there to hold the team together.
If I were there, we might possibly win the game, right?
no, I tell you what happened. What happened is same old Vandy.
Oh, that's brutal.
I don't agree.
That's
I don't
brutal.
agree.
Well, I don't want to be down, but I mean, I don't know. You got to win that game.
Yeah, I agree for that, but the way we lost game, told me it was not old Vandy. For old Vandy, we'll let it down, and because in the fourth quarter we're behind, we'll just like dream walk and the rest of the game and lost game squarely. But in the last I think it's 2 minutes, we actually got a touchdown, and we were leading the game by 3 points when 1 minute 40 seconds left, and then everybody thought, "Oh yeah, we won the game." And all of a sudden, all my respect to Georgia State, they came back to win the game. They didn't give up. Hats off to Georgia State.
Yeah.
Clearly, Vandy figured out a way to lose again.
Yeah.
The way I see it, it could be going either way, right? If we
You're
did
such
just
the
a little
optimist.
better in defense,
Han, you're such the optimist.
Well, if you were looking to
I think I am.
if you were looking to get 6 wins, you needed that game to get for a bowl game this year. I think they need it, especially after
Well-
beating Virginia Tech.
but I think it's still possible for a 6-year season, right? Do you want me to tell you why?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So Georgia Tech is a win. Alcorn is a win. And then we need 4 more wins. So I think we can beat Kentucky.
Mm.
I got my
Are you
degree
laughing?
from Vandy. That's not
Are
a
you
that was
laughing
that
at
was
me?
laughter, my friend.
Yeah, before last week, I would have said I did think Kentucky, but after seeing the way they played against Georgia or held Georgia, I don't know.
I know. I know.
I mean, they got Alabama coming up. They're gonna have to play Missouri this weekend, right?
Mhm.
They're gonna play Texas. They're gonna play
Yeah.
LSU. They're gonna play Tennessee, and they got to play South Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, Ball State
so,
maybe they win. Kentucky they win. That's what.
Because now, in my mind, you say they got to beat Ball State, and then they got to beat Kentucky, Auburn, and South Carolina to get to 6.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
get to Kentucky. We're gonna-
So Han is picking
gonna
them to
get
take
Ball
out
State.
everybody that's not ranked. I mean, looking at this
And then
schedule,
we
this
just-
is like one of the toughest schedules in the conference.
It is.
yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, if you look at the
But-
rankings of the teams that they're playing, other than maybe
Yeah.
Georgia, right? Georgia's not on their list, but everybody else.
How many
Yeah.
teams have Texas and Alabama? Both those.
I don't know that there's any.
I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
Texas is number 1 right now.
Yeah.
Alabama is number 4, right?
yeah.
So, we'd like to go. I mean, we're just hanging there for Texas and Alabama. But we can come back to win Ball State, and then we can steal a game either from Gamecock or Auburn Eagles.
Yeah.
So, it's still very possible.
Well, you're very optimistic.
I am. I say that for a reason because we have Diego Pavia.
Ah,
He likes the quarterback.
Did you?
Yeah.
he is a good
Did you-
quarterback, and he did show out in a lot of games, other than Georgia State. And honestly, I didn't even get to
agree.
watch that game because everybody assumed that it was going to be a no brainer.
Oh no,
And I don't even know that it was broadcast. Did you have to pay pay per view for that?
No, it's ESPN Plus. Well, I have Hulu and ESPN bundled, and so I can watch it. I can see if it's live
Are you
stream.
Looking at Pavia's numbers, is this right? 270 yards.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
He had the best game he's had all year, and they still lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I saw
Jeez.
I saw a friend, and I would disagree with this. Somebody on Facebook towards the end of the game was like, "Vandy needs to take put the backup in," and I was like, "He's not the issue. It was the defense."
No, no, our defense was the issue.
Yeah. And that's what I thought. I don't think it was Pavia at all that was the issue. And I'm with you. I think he's a pretty decent quarterback and going to do well, but schedule gets tougher not getting that win as far as, in my mind, to get 6 now. It's just because Alabama's not going to let Pavia run around like that. Texas isn't. They're going to game plan for him and probably shut him down. But, I mean, that's expected. But, and he's going to I hope he doesn't get hurt because he does take a lot of hits.
Yeah, he did. But last game he didn't run as much as he did.
You're right.
And Pavia came from what? New Mexico?
New Mexico State, yes. And the offense coordinator was his coach at New Mexico State. So this is another positive for the team,
Well, okay. So, what is your pick on this Vanderbilt, Missouri?
So we'll give let's
Looking at the
we gotta-
over-unders, just so you know, it's a 20-point favorite to Missouri. So are you going to pick the over or the under on this one, Michael Hahn? Is Vanderbilt gonna score enough points to prevent Missouri from beating them by 20 points?
I think, we'll lose by less than that.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
say 2
So he's picking the under.
Vandy covers the spread.
Yep. He's
Yeah,
saying Vandy's going to
I'll
cover the
put
spread.
that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually pick the same, just simply because I'm a Vandy fan as well. So
I hope they bounce back and keep
Clay,
it
are
close.
you gonna be honest to the bet this time? And
I'm down. Last week hurt just because I told Jared last week, I was like, this will tell us if it's same old Vandy, and I'm afraid it's same old Vandy, so I don't know what to expect other than just hope. I hope they cover.
okay, so you're gonna hope that they cover.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, obviously, yeah, I'd love to see them win, but
So
I
what
don't
are,
know.
what is your? Are you gonna say that they're gonna cover the spread?
No,
Okay.
I'm down. And it's not anything other than I don't know.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Clay. Clay, I think it's very exciting to have Han call in with us.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for taking the time to call in with us, and go Doors.
Go Doors.
That's right.
Talk
Nice,
to you later, Han.
nice talking with you.
All right.
That's nice to have somebody else call.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. I'm
Yeah.
glad it worked.
Yeah, it did. Everything worked well.
Sometimes I worry about my technology capability.
You've done a good job, and I'll say though, I had to have him all the way up.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hear him?
We're gonna have to figure something out about
Yeah.
the audio problems.
But now,
But it
when
still
we
sounded
tested
good.
it,
It still
Okay,
sounded good.
yeah.
I think
When we
I think it's
tested it, it was
how
better.
close the microphone on their phone is to their
Okay.
face.
okay,
That probably has something to do.
possibly. We'll see the next call.
If we make it to the next call.
I know it.
At this rate, we probably don't have any audience left. But anyway, that's okay. This isn't about audience participation, right?
Yeah. Sad that the audience left.
I don't think they laughed. I think that's not their laughter.
No, I'm sad that they left.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
laughed.
Left?
Yeah, they
that's-
left.
Yeah.
No one's here to do this.
Yeah. That's
All right, so what's the next game on the slate here to talk about?
okay. Well, I'd like to talk a little bit more about this game.
I'd-
I want to talk a little bit about Missouri.
okay.
I want to talk. We spent all our time talking about Vanderbilt.
Well, we had a Vandy guy call in.
No, I get it. I get
So,
it. Missouri is got 3 wins so far.
Mhm.
None are significant wins, although Boston College, some could argue, was a significant win for Missouri. But what I want to talk about Missouri is where they're going. Looking at their schedule coming up.
Yeah.
So they got A&M after that, and looking at Alabama and Oklahoma coming up.
I'd say.
What do you think they're going to be bowl eligible, Clay?
Oh yeah, Missouri. I think so. They'll beat UMass, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. I maybe beat South Carolina. It's at South Carolina. That's the only reason I'd say no. And then it's a toss-up with Texas A&M as well, I think. Yeah, they're bowl eligible. I mean, they're fifth in what are they ranked? Fifth? Yeah,
7th.
seventh. So yeah, they've already won 3. Yeah, they're going to win 3 more. I mean, now I guess the better question would be, would they contend for the SEC championship, being the championship game?
Don't see that happening.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
Because
see
I
that
think if
happening
you
at all.
lose 2 SEC games, you're probably not making the championship game because it's the top 2. You
Yeah, I
gotta
think
go
we need to talk
undefeated
about
and
that a
lose
little bit.
one.
I think we'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the show because I
Okay.
think that's something that we want to. I mean, we've
Focus
already kind
on.
of touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
of course, SEC championship, and I think that also secures a spot as hey, I get home field advantage too, right? Isn't that how that works?
We'll have to ask Mr. Luck.
Yeah, he's the expert.
I
on
would
this.
say if you're the one, no, they're going to play in Atlanta, right? Atlanta's not.
No,
Getting
I'm
up
not
to
talking about the
championship game.
SEC championship game. I'm talking about like, hey, when we're looking at, hey,
Oh, you're talking about the college playoff.
I'm talking about the playoff, right?
Yeah,
So
top 4 get up.
SEC championship, right? You win the SEC championship, that puts you in the top 4, right? Top 4 gets a bye.
Yeah.
But once they come out of the bye, don't they? Isn't that a home field advantage after that?
Yo, yes. I think they're playing. Yeah, they're not using the bowl games, are they? I don't
so.
remember. I don't know because
don't
it's
think so.
new. I can't remember how they're going to do that. But you do get a bye. I don't know if that is. They may play at home. Yeah, I would think you get to play at home.
I know for sure that the first round is home field advantage.
Okay, and then like the final 4 teams are probably
I don't know.
like Fiesta Bowl. You know.
Have to look it up.
Okay.
I'll know before the next game. How about our next show?
Yeah,
How about that?
you got some work to do,
I
Jared.
got some studying to do.
But
Okay,
Missouri's
moving on.
in the. I mean, as of now, yeah, you got to put Missouri in that talk. It's still early.
Because they're number 7,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, I'm trying to think who all isn't it SEC stacked in the top 10 right now?
Yeah, I think you have. I know last week going in, you had 6 of the top 7 teams were SEC, and it's probably hasn't changed. Yeah, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri. 7 teams. Ohio State's 3. So, yeah, you still got 6 of the first 7 teams. Which is, I mean.
So that means you got 2 going to the national championship. And if we said, oh, well, that's what we're looking at right now, right? We got 1, 2.
Yeah. Georgia's not. Well, the top 4, if you're looking at that, the teams with the bye would be Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. I don't see 3 teams getting a bye once it's all played out. 3 SEC teams. Do you?
I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have some participation in the future with some other callers that might be able to shed a little bit more detail on that.
You're putting all your money in Luck's hat.
Yeah. Speaking of, we just got another caller.
All right.
And I think I missed it. Let's see here.
Well, can we move on to the next game?
Yep. That's what they're calling in about.
Oh,
They actually
okay.
wanted to talk about this game. So, see if I can get him to call back. I think I missed the
Should
call.
be interesting, this game.
There we go.
So the next game is Florida.
Yep.
Mississippi State.
Speaking of, Jeremy, you with us?
Yep.
Can you hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Very excited to have you calling in. I know you had been on the show in the past. I don't know that you and Michael Clay have actually met before, though.
I don't think so.
I have not, but with a name like Michael Clay, I can get along with.
Well, I appreciate that.
He's the man. So very excited to have you calling in, and I'm trying to remember. You were a big Florida fan back in the day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I guess me being maybe the youngest statesman of the crew here, I kind of got caught in the Tebow hype growing up.
So are you still a Florida fan?
Begrudgingly. But I think I'm about to jump in the portal.
Jump in the portal.
He's gonna jump in the portal.
The crowd like that one.
That's how much done he's with for Florida, huh? So what do you think about the coaching situation, Jeremy?
Well, I think the board of trustees and anybody that has anything to do with the money down there needs to figure out the $26 million. We got to get Napier out of there, and we need to be. We shouldn't have fired Mullen.
I agree
We
with
got to
that.
get Napier out of here. We got to try to throw as much money as we can. Maybe Urban Meyer come out of retirement for a year or 2 to get the program boosted.
You think that's a
At
possibility?
least I don't, but anything.
Yeah.
The chomp ain't
Maybe
gonna
it-
bring him back, huh?
Maybe
Yeah.
as a consultant or something.
Yeah. He may
Yeah,
have too much
something,
baggage. I'm with you. I don't know if they would or not.
Be a lot of money.
A lot of money. You got to spend a lot of money to get Napier out of here. You got to get a lot of money to pay him. Hey, but
If they lose
got-
this weekend, is he
then
gone?
you got to see your roster. Say it again.
It's hard to hear you a little bit
I can
there,
hear you.
Collins.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
I can hear you better now.
No, I'm saying you got to pay a lot of money to get Napier out of there, pay a lot of money to get Urban Meyer there, and then you got to pay a lot of money to pay these players in this new age of football.
That's true.
So it's going to cost a lot of money to flip that program around, but we have the pedigree. I think we can do it.
Yeah, overall, I mean, Florida's a good destination. If you're a coach, you want to go there. You're going to get support. I don't think it'd be too hard to get someone there. It's just making the right choice, I think, overall.
So do you think, going back to it, do you think that today, that this game this weekend is going to be the deciding game to get him out the door?
Yeah, if he loses to Mississippi State, he's
Yeah.
You got to think about we have Tennessee coming up soon. You got to play Georgia. We lose this game, we're messing around. We may win 2 or 3 games for the year.
Yeah. Will they fire him mid-season, you think?
Yeah, he'll be out of there at halftime. They're down.
Yeah.
Jeremy's calling it halftime and out. Halftime and out, baby.
It is on the road, too. But Mississippi State got killed by Toledo. If he were to lose to Mississippi State, I agree. He's gone.
4 touchdowns. My 4 touchdowns. I want to say it was at home.
Yeah.
I don't think people would make it.
They,
you lose to them.
What was it? Florida was picked by 6? Is that what it was?
this week?
Please.
Yeah, Florida's picked to win by 6.
Do they cover the spread, Jeremy? 6
I don't know. I'm afraid to say anything positive about.
We just talked about Vanderbilt a few minutes ago. I'm a Vandy fan, and or I follow them, but I didn't want to. After losing it's the same old Vandy, losing to Georgia State. I mean,
Michael called it same old Vandy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is same old Florida, man, but it's starting to feel that way.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, it's.
We had just when you're used to being that high up, and you're here. It's just hard to embrace and hard to understand, but hey, it's what it is, I guess, nowadays. Maybe we'll go to the ACC or somewhere and dominate.
Well, I
say they're going to move to the ACC.
Well, I got a question though. If Napier's not the guy, wouldn't mind go ahead and losing and getting him out now?
Yeah, you got to go ahead and do it now so you can try to any recruits that you can try to keep where he's going to get. So that may be the upholding factor where you got a 4 or 5-star guy in a place in Florida just because of the history. They don't want to play for Napier.
Yeah.
You got to get him out of there just for the future of the team.
So I want to see him stay till the Tennessee game so that Tennessee can just whip his butt. That's what I want to see.
Oh, they're going to do that.
I mean,
anyway.
Tennessee's going to whip whatever Gator team gets on the.
Yeah, that's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. I want to see him not use the excuse of we didn't have a coach. That's all I want to see.
Oh, but it ain't gonna matter if he's there or not. They're gonna.
I remember the Tennessee days when it was Tennessee versus Florida, not Tennessee versus Alabama. I was at Tennessee with Peyton Manning, right? Back in the day, it was not Alabama that was a concern ever. The only real concern back then was Florida, and so it feels good to me to see him get whipped. That's what it feels good. And I don't want any excuses. I don't want excuses about, we ain't got a coach no more. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want none of that.
They may be
definitely coming.
They may be a better team without him.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes you get better when you change the voice in the locker room. So
yeah.
Definitely possible.
That's true, yeah. Now, are they better enough to beat Tennessee? No, but sometimes they play a little bit, yeah.
They play a little bit better once the coach is fired, huh?
Yeah, because he could have been the cancer and the problem in the locker room.
Deadly. So anyway, so Clay, just so you know, apparently Jeremy Collins is now a singing celebrity too. So we like to talk about things not have nothing to do with football every now and then, Collins. So he sends me, and I'm sorry, Jeremy, I did not have the picture prepared. He sent me a picture of him performing on stage. Where you been performing at, Jeremy?
That picture, I think I was at the Acme.
Oh, you performing down at the Acme?
Is this karaoke or are you actually singing?
No, I'm singing.
Dude, he had a guitar
Okay.
and everything in the picture,
Really?
bro. Oh yeah, he's legit. He's legit. So
Okay.
so I'm gonna have to go down to Acme Feed and Seed just to see him perform. Apparently,
Oh, that's cool.
I don't have a date there anytime soon.
when's your next show, Collins?
I'm on a break right now. Just trying to kind of take a
What?
break. I'm
What you
still
had to
working on it.
actually go work your real jobs to pay your real bills instead of performing down at Acme for fun, huh?
Yeah, you get paid, but it's not enough for me to quit my job. Though, so I still got to work. I'm just kind of grinding it out. Been good city so far.
So what do you sing? Are you country?
Yeah, I do country. It's kind of a genre blending country. I like to call it rhythm and country because I don't really have a real twangy voice.
Okay.
You get the same wordplay as any kind of country song that you can get
Okay.
the old bar stuff, the old whiskey lines,
Yeah.
kissing my girl,
That's right.
things of that nature.
All right. A little country
PBR.
rhythm and blues.
A little bit country,
and I
baby.
man, it's been a blessing for me so far, man. I was just kind of not really. I did music back in high school to stop, and then I ended up one day I started back here and just kind of had the idea that I wanted to start that doing music and put a single out, and it made my life for the better right now. So,
You
You
got
put a
single
single out.
way into-
What's your single there, Jeremy?
I have a full EP out right now. So.
Do you really?
Well,
plug
next
it
time
real
we're
quick
gonna have to
for
have
the
you.
nobodies that listen.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to have you in the studio one of these weeks, just so that you can perform for everybody. How about that?
I do it. I'm down for it.
Yeah. All right.
We'll plug you right in the board, and I'll make sure that Michael doesn't play any funny sounds while you're performing.
And you don't want me singing. I can't sing for nothing.
With some background music.
Yeah. I can give you
Where y'all
this.
listen to your music at? What platform do you listen to your music on?
What's that? I'm sorry. I was messing with the soundboard. What
Oh, that's on what platform do you all listen to your music on?
Oh, iTunes, Apple Music.
I think I'm a YouTube music guy. My kids had to have me
Yeah,
pay
what-
for the subscription.
Where can I find? Yeah, I'll look you up. Where can I find you?
It's on every platform. I'll send it to you, but if you want to look it up,
So we just look you up under Jeremy Collins. What is it again?
JC, JA''CEE.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's basically all of my wife and my kids, all of our initials are JC.
JC. Gotcha. JC.
Yeah, and I just kind of spelling of it. My son's name is Jeremy Jr., but we call him Jace, and he's on the autism spectrum. So it was just kind of took his name and added an extra E to it, just with a flair. So I wanted to
Okay.
kind of always have him with me, have them, and have him with me on stage at all times. So,
Oh, that's cool.
We're gonna get you in here in the studio. We'll get you some time to perform for our one fan on one viewer.
If we can ever get an audience, yeah, you can plug your single and your album. Or
That's
whatever,
awesome, dude.
Whatever the kids call it these days.
Yeah, you're set. I don't know. They don't call them albums anymore, do they? I don't even know.
yeah, they still do it.
They
Yeah.
still call them albums, even though nobody buys an album anymore.
Well, you know, record
just
stores have
streaming.
made a comeback.
Oh yeah, the vinyl, original vinyl stuff. Yeah. Well, Jeremy, appreciate you calling in, man. Very excited about Florida getting stomped.
Not this week. That's 2 weeks away.
I'm excited
You
about
never know.
Florida getting stomped every week. Every week. Anyway, so because of that, I'm going to pick the under. And Jeremy, did you say you were going to pick the over or the under?
He was nervous to pick.
Yeah, I'm taking the under.
Yeah, he didn't even want to pick.
Wait,
Yeah. Well, the over under is 58.5. I don't think either team's going to score a lot. I would take it the under as far as total score.
Oh, on total score.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the under, but I also on the spread I'm gonna be picking that Mississippi State's gonna beat the snot out of Florida. That's what I'm
score might be 3-2.
Yeah, it's going to be low score.
3-2. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for calling in, my friend. We're gonna take you up on that performance in the studio.
All right, I'm sending you over the Apple Music link and the YouTube link right now.
That's why you're the man.
Check it out and let me know.
Sounds good, brother. Be
Nice to
careful.
meet
Yeah,
you.
good night. Pleasure's mine.
It's great to have Jeremy calling in. I tell you, it's so exciting to have other folks call in and have little stories like that. I mean,
Yeah.
when I like he sent me, I'm gonna feed the picture up for next week.
Okay.
We're gonna put the picture up, but he literally sent me a picture, and I'm like, Jeremy, I can't use this for the show. Like, this is a full body shot with you with a guitar.
Yeah.
Like, are you a performer? He's like, yeah, I'm performing.
That's
so
pretty cool.
I didn't know that he had a long play record either. That's
Yeah, I'm going to have to send it to me. I'm interested to hear it.
Yep, we're gonna check it out, and we'll spot it in the next show. So
And
folks can listen.
I do want to touch on one thing. We're talking about Mississippi State and Toledo, and he was talking about Toledo. You know, they beat the snot out of Mississippi State. And that was a picture I sent you. I don't know if you got it to put up.
I don't think I got it put up.
So it was a picture of the headline and the article. It not like a crazy picture, but Mississippi State paid Toledo $1 million to come play at Mississippi State and got they paid $1 million.
I thought that's what Vanderbilt. I thought paid Georgia State to come play them too.
No, I wouldn't think so because Vandy traveled down there. They played on the road. You don't really ever.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. I don't know.
But yeah, how is that? You pay a team $1 million to come play. You think it's a win, and you get stomped 41-17.
You get whipped up on.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I don't. Mississippi State may be running that coach out by the end of the year. Who knows?
I think so.
I don't even know who.
So this is the hot seat game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. And you want to know what's funny?
Hot seat versus hot seat. So whoever loses this game ends up getting fired.
I don't know who the coach of Mississippi State is, to be honest with you. I hadn't kept up. But here's a fact that's kind of interesting. Jeremy mentioned he wished Dan Mullen was still at Florida. Well, before Florida, Dan Mullen was at Mississippi State. So they've got Mississippi State and Florida have now got. They would love to have Dan Mullen back, guaranteed.
So we're looking at coach of Mississippi State is Jeff Lebby. I don't even know anything about Jeff Lebby. I guess we'll trust in good old Wiki.
He's going to be without a job soon. That's what I know about him.
Good old Wiki. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh, the dog's getting excited about Jeff Lebby.
Yeah, they like Jeff Lebby.
Apparently. McGregor, Texas, alma mater, Oklahoma.
Oh, he come out of Oklahoma.
And he was the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma.
Huh.
This is his first year.
Yeah. It's his first ever head coach job, right?
Looks like it. He's not going to get fired. He's got some rebuilding time. They'll let him have.
They'll give him a year.
Yeah, a little bit of time.
They're paying him $4.5 million a year.
Well, maybe he won't have much time. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, they'll give him a year. I bet next year though, if he
They lost to Arizona State. They lost to Toledo, and they beat EKU.
Eastern Kentucky.
It's Eastern Kentucky have a football team? I didn't know they had a football team. Apparently, I'm missing something on that one.
56-7. I mean, it wasn't close. They did take care of business there. But losing to Toledo that shouldn't happen. Just like losing to Georgia State should not happen.
I don't know. Look at the Toledo Rockets.
I don't care. If you want to be a real, true SEC team.
Let's see if Toledo beats Western Kentucky. If they lose to Western Kentucky, then Mississippi State's coach gets fired.
Oh, I bet I'll take Toledo over Western Kentucky today. I don't even know the spread.
Or Bowling Green State.
Yeah. I may go to Bowling Green, Kentucky this weekend and watch Western Kentucky Toledo.
There you go.
No, I have a travel softball tournament.
I was about to say you got stuff going on with your girl.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you again, Jeremy, for calling in the show. Appreciate it. Okay, Arkansas versus Auburn. We don't have any Auburn fans.
I told you last. I have to have my cousin call. Remember?
She's a big Auburn fan. I think you said that. Didn't
No,
you?
she works there. I think.
She's a professor,
yeah.
so she could call in from Auburn.
Yeah, yeah,
So she could have called in from the location on location.
yeah. I could. Yeah,
This is a pick. This is 2.5 spread.
yeah. So it pretty much a pick 'em.
2-1 versus a 2-1.
Oh, 2-1 record. Who goes 2-1? I think you're auctioning something off. 2-1 and a 2-1. I got a 2-1 here. Yeah. What are you, auctioneer?
I guess I am now.
For those that don't know,
PPR's kicking in.
it was a 2-1 record. Arkansas's 2-1 and Auburn's 2-1. I don't think their wins are impressive though. Who have they both beaten?
Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I can't remember. I just remember Arkansas's coach. I always picture him in my mind. Oklahoma State, they went into 2 overtimes. Holy crap. How did I miss that game? I should have watched that game. That was probably a good game to watch.
Arkansas, Oklahoma State, yeah. 2
But
weeks
that was
ago.
a great game. Did you watch that game?
No, but I checked the score.
Man, I should have been watching that game.
Yeah.
And then Auburn lost to Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They
So
haven't beaten anybody. So
I'm going to pick Arkansas to win this cover
Yeah.
spread.
Yeah, because they're saying Auburn's 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that what it
bull.
was? Yeah, I'll
bull.
take Arkansas. I think Arkansas wins. I might place that as a real bet.
You may want to go.
I have to get on my.
What betting platform do you use?
They're not supporting us or anything, or what'd you say? This is not an advertisement.
This is not a sponsorship.
DraftKings Sportsbook.
Although that would be a good sponsorship to have.
Yeah.
DraftKings is very generous about their sponsorships. So
Oh yeah,
maybe we
my
should do
well, a friend of mine, his podcast, they do advertisement
get
on
a
his.
sponsorship for DraftKings.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
They
maybe
do ads, yeah.
If we had an audience of more than 0, then maybe
Yeah, they have a lot
they have a
of
pretty
audience.
big audience, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, and we did this show quite a while ago. I think one of our shows actually had 200 people, but that means we actually have to start on time. So
Are you saying because I was late today? Well, if you didn't, yeah.
no, you gotta turn.
The crowd didn't want to laugh at that.
Yeah, they didn't want to laugh. They didn't want to laugh at Michael being late.
Yeah, you don't have to laugh, crowd. It's okay. See, I'm nice to our audience. See, they like that I'm nice. Cheering. Oh, they're
Of
loud.
course they do. Man, they're loud. They are loud.
So what were we talking about? Auburn.
We were talking about you being late, and you don't want to talk about that no more.
yeah.
Okay, so
Well, if we
but I
don't-
mean, we're still an audience of 0.
I was
so
late for what? Yeah, no one knows I was late.
No
unless
one
you
even
bring it
knows we
up.
have a show going on. So I don't know.
could-
Maybe someday people will expect the show to happen at actually 7.
I actually thought about texting my buddy.
But I mean, part of that
He
too
would
is
he would
that,
look it up and try
like
to
we're
listen
still
right
trying to
now.
figure out how the hell to do this.
Oh yeah, we're just practicing
Yeah, this is really just practice.
for when we do get advertisement, and then you got to do an ad read live.
And then we got to do something serious. Like right now, we're just having fun. So
No, but if you draw, you don't want to change. If you draw a crowd being us right now, why would you change that? So all of a sudden you're like,
we would change that
sitting
because
up in
we
your
actually
seat.
we actually need to draw a crowd. Okay, so let's talk this game up with regards to over-unders. Are you going to
Okay.
pick it or no? What are you picking?
All right, I'm going to take the underdog. The spread is 2.5. Auburn's 2.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Arkansas. So I think they're going to, they may win outright. And then the over-under is 56.5.
Auburn is picked to win this game.
Yeah, 2.5 point favorite. And it opened up at 3.5, so bettors have jumped on.
They're changing their mind.
And to be honest, I would have liked to gotten Arkansas at 3.5. So if they lose by a field goal, do you still win? Being bet now that it's just 2.5, a field goal beats you.
It's not as good.
So yeah, it's not as good a bet. You
Not
might.
as good.
So if you are going to bet this game, if you were to bet it, I would just take Arkansas to win outright. It'll pay a little better.
Oh, will it?
Yeah, because you're just at this point you're saying they're either to win your bet they're going to, if they lose it's got to be by 2 or 1 point. So you might as well just pick them outright to win. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Vandy grad over here
makes as
doesn't
much
know how to
sense
bet.
as cluelessness for me.
But yeah, I'll take Arkansas in the spread or even outright. And then over under, it's 56.5. I don't know. That's probably. It's amazing how Vegas is pretty close on a lot of these over unders through time.
They get that. They got that good on the numbers, huh?
They can, yeah. I mean, they miss sometimes, but I write down in my book.
I was about to say, where's your book?
Yeah, my Michael Vick playbook.
Show that to the audience so they can make sure. This is not an endorsement of the Michael Vick
No,
playbook.
I don't even know what he's.
How did you even get this?
So
I want to hear this story.
all right, this came in the mail to my mom and dad, but it was addressed for me. I guess I don't know
Wait a
from
second.
when
Came in the mail to your mom and dad at your mom and dad's house.
address. Yeah,
Okay.
I still get mail there, and I haven't lived in their house. I'm 46. Over 25 years, probably. Oh, that's not right. I think like 20, over 20 something years.
My mom was pointing out your parents at church the other day.
Oh, it's rude to point at people. Did you tell her that?
She didn't point. She's not a rude person. My mom is a very nice person.
No. I was.
But
trying
she was like, okay,
I was trying to
4 or
make a
5
joke.
rows up.
but I got this instead.
4 or 5 rows up. Hey, just so you know, the 4 or 5 rows up there on the end, that's Michael Clay's mom and dad. Oh, and I remember
Have you ever met my mom and dad?
I think I have actually.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, they see me perform in the choir every Sunday, so. Oh, you didn't.
We got
know?
another I'm surrounded. Jeremy calls in. He's a
know I was singing
performer.
in the choir?
Somebody just tried to call in.
Oh, yep. Tom needs to call again.
yeah.
Sorry,
because
Tom.
we're moving on to our last game too.
Yeah, he's calling in about the Tennessee game.
Man, 2 singers on this show.
Oh,
we
yeah.
should have an audience.
Yeah, we should. We definitely should. But I mean, I'm not that good of a singer. I mean, the choir at church really is a bunch of backup singers. So
Yeah.
it's
That's cool.
but I like it. I
So
like
do
it
you
a lot.
think my mom and dad watch you sing?
No,
you were
no,
like,
they
yeah,
don't
they
even-
see me.
They don't even know who I am. They don't
You
even know
acted
who
like,
I
yeah,
am.
they're staring you down while you're singing.
Mom just pointed out that hey, they're 4 or 5 rows up. Like this is
Okay.
not a, and it's just, and I realized that hey, that is your. I put it
Yeah.
together because I think you posted something, a picture of your dad or something
Yeah, he just had a birthday.
on his birthday.
September 7th.
I knew I recognized his face.
82.
And I've seen your mom around church too.
Yeah.
I've seen her around.
Yeah,
so
they still go to,
they've been going
same
there
church.
a long time.
Yeah.
You went to school there too, didn't you?
yeah, graduated there.
Yep.
96.
Well, speaking of school, Mr. Luck, are you on with us?
Yeah,
Oh, there. I hear
So,
him.
I'm
yeah.
very-
We're just got into Norman.
Very excited. Mr. Luck is
Ooh.
calling from Norman, Oklahoma. We got a nice little graphic going on. I got some fanciness going on here, showing the stadium.
Where's
But you're
he
going to be
calling
watching
from?
Tennessee beat the snot out of Oklahoma this weekend.
I hope so. I mean,
They do have a really good defense. That's the only concern, but and they thrive off turnovers. If we limit turnovers, then yeah, feel pretty good about it.
You think Oklahoma has a pretty good defense?
Yeah, Oklahoma has a great defense. It's that their problem has been offense.
Yeah.
So they've created a lot of turnovers this year, that's actually how they've survived their first few games, is creating turnovers. They haven't gotten a lot done on offense.
Yeah.
This year.
The little bit that I've watched,
They have a lot of injuries on the offensive line, and that's been. And
okay.
That's one thing we don't really know is how many of these guys are still going to be out for the Tennessee game, or how many of them they kind of held out that were, maybe questionable, could have played, kind of hurt earlier, maybe last week, and now they'll be ready, because they're down to their fourth string center. And that's a question. Like, one of the ones higher up be able to play in this, and will their offensive line be a little better? But their offensive line's been awful this year.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot of. I mean, I do know Oklahoma, but like coming into this year, I just kind of figured they'd be down a little bit in comparison, and moving into the SEC. I mean, like
Texas, they've been preparing, trying to get their roster built a little different, but injuries have just decimated them this year.
Okay, so I didn't realize they had a lot of injuries. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, they've lost. They're down to their fourth string center, had been.
Yeah,
and then their wide receivers. 3 of their top 4 receivers have been injured this year.
Okay.
Is that the reason why they were so close on Houston? Why their game was so close with Houston?
Yeah, it's part of it. That's part of it. Now their defense is held, and their defense has been why they've not lost yet.
Well, speaking of that, a good defense, and I still though I know Tennessee, their offense, they really hadn't played anybody, but I believe it's pretty high powered. Even when it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I think Oklahoma may struggle a little bit with their offense.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. It'll be the first, I guess, test for Tennessee.
Yeah, well, it's going to be. That's a night game, place where they historically win a lot.
Yeah.
It's Heupel's homecoming, so it's going to be an absolute lit atmosphere.
Well, and
night game, so you never know how far that might take them.
And what kind of welcome does Josh Heupel get coming back with Tennessee?
It's his homecoming back to Oklahoma. Yeah, they really love him here. But you got to remember they were down. They had losing seasons for I think 5-6 straight years before Heupel got there, and they took them to the national championship. They've been good ever since. So they really love him here. I mean, he's the one that turned. That's what turned things around here.
Yeah. So do you think he'll get a warm welcome though? Then I was thinking maybe
fans like him. They're gonna. I think Oklahoma people root for him in every game.
Right.
That's when they're playing Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of that, do you think there's any chance ever that he goes back? Would he leave?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, that's the one fear, the mama fault thing. But boy, it was really a bitter. It was a bitter divorce back in 2014. I mean, I guess time can heal all wounds, maybe, but it was really bitter at the time. So,
yeah.
I hope not. I mean, because we're all going to be, when they fire Venables, eventually.
Right.
We're all going to be biting our nails until we get that announcement of a contract extension raised.
Yeah, that's true. It should be interesting this weekend, though. First real test for Tennessee, and just I guess probably one of the first bigger SEC matchups. And then obviously first big matchup you have in the SEC with Oklahoma or Texas, So I think it's going to be exciting and really get. I mean, football is getting in full gear, and I think this is going to just, especially here in the SEC, it's going to just really cannonball into the season, I think, especially if it's a good game.
Yeah. I think
Is
it's going to be. It's the game of the day. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. Sure.
So you mentioned defense being such a big thing, and I've just quickly looked up the team stats on total defense with NCAA college football. I am shocked. Tennessee is number 2 in the country on total defense.
Yeah. Well, so the defense hasn't given up a touchdown since last year.
Wow.
The only touchdown NC State scored was an interception.
Yeah.
The defense has not given up a touchdown this year, did not give up one in the bowl game against Iowa. So it's been November since they.
And I'm sitting here looking, Kentucky was number 10 defense in the country. And Michael and I were just talking about this a little bit ago, and I was hoping you could share a little bit because I know you had texted me stats on Kentucky versus Georgia with regards to their numbers. You remember that, Michael?
Yeah,
our conversation about
Georgia
that?
always kind of plays with their food against Kentucky. Yeah, they play down to their opponents sometimes, and they all seem to always play down at Kentucky. Except the only time they didn't play down to Kentucky is the one time Kentucky was kind of mouthing off that week and thought they were, and went down to Athens and got destroyed.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they usually play down to Kentucky.
Yeah, I told Jared I wish I would have known that before I took Georgia last week. But, I mean,
I think we both picked for
Yeah.
Georgia to cover the spread. No, I don't think it turned out very good for either one of us.
but,
No.
but I was surprised that Kentucky played that well. Or
Well, yeah,
maybe
you can't
Georgia
make it
didn't.
that close. I mean, there's making it a 10-point game, and there's making it that or 2
Right.
points or whatever.
But, yeah, I thought Georgia would roll over them just the way, because I watched the South Carolina-Kentucky game, and I thought, well, Kentucky, they looked awful. And I just didn't
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming at all. And maybe Georgia thought maybe they were just sleeping or sleepwalking. But I was surprised by that by Kentucky playing, keeping it close.
So something else we kind of touched on too, Tom, I was hoping maybe you would have some insights on. What happens whenever we've got 2 SEC teams, right, playing in the SEC championship, right? The winner ends up being out of the top 4 seats, right, in the
They get a
championship
Yeah,
playoff.
the winner would get the winner would be a top 4 seed and would get a bye.
Okay, so when they get the bye, and then when it comes to them, is it a home game for them?
No.
So
if
is
you're top
it a
4
bowl
seed, you never
game?
get a home game.
So top
Yeah,
4
it's
seed,
a
it's
neutral
the
site.
top 4 slots are bowl games then.
Okay, yeah.
Because they'll be in the second round. And from there on, it's all neutral site.
Gotcha.
The only people who get home games are numbers 5
5
through
through 8.
8.
Interesting.
Okay, that makes sense.
So is that to the advantage of somebody to be a 5 through 8 instead of being?
Well, that's been discussed. Yeah, because you're going to get a
Because
I
you get a
mean,
boost of
you
having
just
a
play an
game at
extra
home.
game, but you're going to play a 12 seed who's probably it's going to be a group of 5 teams. You'll be favored quite heavily at home. But you're going to play a 4 seed who's not going to be the 4th best team in the country. It's going to be the champion of the ACC or Big 12, who may not. That could be a 2 or 3 loss team possibly. That team is probably not the 4th best team in the country. So the fifth seed is probably going to be a better team than the 4th seed. So you're going to be a heavy favorite in your group against a group of 5 at home. Then you're going to go to a neutral site and you're going to play a 4 seed who you're going to be favored over.
Wow.
So the 5 spot is a pretty good place to be, even though you have to play one more game.
So let's say Tennessee, right? Tennessee plays out, right? And let's say they end up beating Georgia. I mean, I don't know that that's going to happen, but I mean, if Georgia plays the way they played, maybe they do, right? So let's talk.
I can call it hypothetical, at least.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about some long-term hypotheticals, right? So
Hypothetical, yeah.
still
All
got to
right.
play Alabama, still got to play Georgia, right?
Yep.
Let's say we end up, God willing, we end up winning both of those games, right? and
Yeah.
then we end up playing. Basically, we play Texas for the SEC championship.
All right.
Oh,
Let's say Texas wins, then Tennessee seeds 5th.
That would, yeah, if we were 12-0 and lost the Texas in the SEC championship game, we would be the 5 seed for sure. Yeah.
you don't think you don't think they would be? They'd still get a bye.
The conference winner.
Top 4 goes to
Okay,
conference
it's all
winners.
That's right. It's all conference.
4
winners.
goes
Yeah, you have
You're
to win
right,
your
you're
conference
right.
to be.
So when
top
you talk
4.
about top 4, right? You said go to
Yeah.
conference winners, right? So that's SEC champion, Big Ten champion, ACC
yeah,
champion.
Big 12 and ACC. Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah.
So that's why you said, hey,
And so that's where
potentially
the 5
the
seed's
the
gonna be a
number
better
4
team.
could be worse than the number 5.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the 5 seed's probably going to be the loser of the SEC championship game, and they're going to be a better team than the champion of Big 12 or ACC.
Yeah.
They'll be fair.
I go along with all that logic that you just said. It makes a lot of sense, but I still would like to have. I like to have a bye. I think.
Yeah, no, you got to worry about injuries.
Injury,
and
yeah.
stuff, you know.
Too many other
I mean,
factors involved.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and most of the time, yeah. Now I'm not going to be surprised if a 5 seed, beats the 4 seed, but
No,
it makes sense.
well,
but
if I still, will be favored. Yeah,
yeah,
and then they got to play. Then they got to play the 1 seed after that, but
right.
Yeah. Maybe.
But
Yeah,
I think
so,
I would still want to buy.
Yeah.
Typically, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's amazing
Yeah.
that the Oklahoma-Texas game has already got a time slot. Why is
Yeah,
that?
some of these now because the whole new deal, it's all under ABC, ESPN, so they don't have to wait on CBS
Yeah.
to make their decision 2 weeks out every time.
Ah,
So they can make
gotcha.
decisions a lot further out.
Yeah. CBS used to pick who they wanted to 2:30
Yeah,
game.
ESPN had to wait and
Mhm.
see what CBS was doing. They don't have to do that anymore.
No.
Learn something new
Yeah.
from. So Tom, Michael Clay is not going to know this, but just so you know, Michael, we used to have a radio show. So Tom and
Yeah.
I and John Venezia, our other buddy,
Uh-huh.
used to have a nighttime radio show on the University of Tennessee's flagship
Are you serious?
university station.
Yeah, talk about.
Wow.
I gotta go back. I gotta go see another John here's just waiting on me inside a place. I came out to call you, but
Oh, okay. He don't want to
Yeah,
talk
there-
about the
I need to get-
radio show.
Another John,
to get-
as in
well,
John
I need to
Venezia is there?
John
No.
Cayley.
Oh, John Cayley's there.
different
Oh, so you
John.
got to get off the phone then.
Yeah, I need to go back in there. And kinda
That's
let
okay.
it hang and
Hey,
stuff.
we appreciate you taking the time, and be sure
All
to
right.
enjoy that game for us. Very excited to have you calling in from Norman, and
Yeah.
appreciate you participating in the show. The show should be live right now, and then it'll also be recorded. So if you want to listen to the bullshit that we just did, that would be.
All right.
It'll give us a view.
Yeah.
Talk to you later,
All right.
Tom.
See ya.
See you, Tom.
So anyway,
Now I heard it. That phone call was much better. Better than the first two.
yeah, I don't know.
I could
It's
hear
got to
it.
be something to do with the phone or the phone connection, one or the other.
You know, when he said he had to go in and see John, I thought he was going to the bath. He needed to go to the bathroom. The John. I was like, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, he had to go to the toilet. Yeah,
Oh, the
that's
crowd still is here.
obviously the crowd's still here.
It's a good show. Why would you leave? This is a
they
great
thought
show.
they thought that was funny. I mean, hell, we got guests calling in from Norman, Oklahoma. I mean, that's
I know,
pretty,
that's pretty cool.
that's pretty
That'd
badass.
That'd be a fun game, I think.
Oh, that'd be a great game to be at. That'd be a great game to be at.
I still think Tennessee's going to make it not a good game. They'll win, but I don't know.
Not a close game.
Yeah, I
A
think.
good game is a close game, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
What are they picking? 28% are picking Oklahoma to win.
That's the predictor, yeah. That's win. No, what's the spread? Okay, yeah, there you go.
Spread's pretty tight.
Yeah, 6.5. I mean, it's
Tennessee's-
on the road. You go on the road to a good. I mean, Oklahoma's still Oklahoma. So
I didn't realize that it's Gaylord family. So is this the same Gaylord family that owns Opryland?
who? What?
Did you know that their stadium is called Gaylord
Really?
Stadium? Gaylord Family Stadium?
I bet Gaylord. They probably. That's. I wonder if they had like they donate a lot of money. Now it's called that, or they paid for the naming rights or something.
I guess. I wonder if it is the same Gaylord. Like, because Gaylord owns Opryland,
Oh
right?
yeah. When there's they have a hotel in Dallas too, Gaylord, and it's similar to the Opryland Hotel. Looks like it,
Oh, it does.
with more of a Texas flair, Western flair. But yeah, I've been there. I stayed a night in there.
Well, we're going to learn a little bit about that today, apparently, too. Gaylord Entertainment Company.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
And they own the Oklahoman newspaper, the Nashville Network, which is affiliated with Opryland Hotel, Grand Ole Opry, Country Music Television.
Yeah.
Gaylord family owns a lot, apparently.
Well, he was born in Oklahoma City, so.
I didn't know that they owned the Grand Ole Opry, too.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, I mean once they went and bought the Opryland Hotel, yeah, they
They
took
got
over
the
all
whole
that.
kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
And he
CMT,
attended Harvard
everything.
Business School, served in the U.S. Army World War II.
He listened while he was at Harvard. He turned out to be a good businessman.
Apparently. Well, interesting. Learned a lot today.
I didn't know that. So that is,
I didn't know that at all. Interesting.
didn't know where he came from. Just thought he appeared in Nashville one day and bought everything up.
Yeah, so apparently the biggest donor at Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, also owns the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Learn something new.
He owns Nashville, and now he's going to own Knoxville after this weekend. I don't believe that.
We'll see. We'll see about that one. Well, speaking of, so now this is the big game of the week, right? For the
Oh,
picks.
I thought that was it.
Are you not going to make picks?
Oh, yeah, this game. I thought you were moving to, I was like, I don't think there's any more games.
There ain't no more. This
Yeah,
is
so this is
this
the big
is the
game.
game. Yeah, yeah.
ESPN game day is there.
So I modified the show a little bit here, Michael. We got all the chump change games out of the way at
Yeah.
the beginning.
You
right?
did well.
I thought I did a better job.
What a
organizing the show.
producer.
Is that what
guy
that is? That's what that is. The
Yeah.
producer's the one that does that, isn't it?
I'm going to call you the producer.
The slacker, maybe. But we got all the out of conferences. Nobody's out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got the only out of conference that was relevant, which was that UCLA game.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be.
It's not going to be a relevant game. And then we got all the in conference against.
Yeah. And then
Knockout.
this is your big
And
game.
we ended with the big game, right? I mean, this
All
is
right.
starting to seem like ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
SEC network level production. Definitely not the same level of quality there
So final pick.
because we
final
don't have
say
like
right
a
here.
whole freaking staff. We just have the two of us.
Just the two of us. See, I can sing.
You can sing. You can.
Making
Man, I'm gonna have to.
magic in the
That's
sky.
gonna be
I
one
don't
of
know.
the songs we're gonna do during the show. The
I'm not
crazy
singing
thing
that
is
song.
is that if any music that I put onto the show,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we start raising money, we can't use the music anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For copyright reasons. But as long as we're not
That's a
raising any
good
money,
problem to have, though.
as long as we're not raising any money, we don't have to worry about
This
that.
guy doesn't want any money.
I didn't say
So
that.
all right,
I didn't
final.
say that. I didn't
Yeah,
say
you
that.
did.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did
I
not
heard
say
it.
that. No. I'd
all right,
like to have
final
some money.
say
Hey,
then.
if DraftKings Sportsbook wants to sponsor us, I'm all about it. Are you all about it too?
Yeah, I use their product, so We'd be a good sponsor.
That'd be a good connection, and
Already
then I can
using.
actually learn how to use the product.
I'll teach you.
You can teach me.
Yeah.
You can teach me.
All right.
So I'm gonna pick Tennessee.
Well,
to-
you're a homer, of course.
yeah,
You're gonna
I'm
pick.
gonna yeah.
Are you going to pick the spread or just to win?
I'm gonna pick to cover the spread. I think Tennessee's gonna do a lot more than cover spread. I think this is gonna be a slaughterhouse.
It's been bet down too. It opened at 7.5. It's at 6.5.
yeah.
So
I think this is gonna be. I mean, So Tennessee, I couldn't believe somebody pointed this out, and I was shocked. I didn't think about it this way,
Mm-hmm.
but when you score 71 points and you go 71 to nothing, I don't care who you're playing.
I do.
That's a signal.
A signal that you played Gladewell Middle School.
No, that's a signal that hey, we're gonna run the points up on you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Heupel will. Heupel is like Kiffin. He's gonna, and I have no problem with that.
I have no problem with that either. Obviously,
yeah. Score, because
you've got to.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Yes.
Right. I mean,
yes,
because you look at what happened to Florida State, right?
yeah,
They won out, and then they still got screwed.
yeah.
So they,
Score. Well, and you never know.
you don't know what's
teams
going to
that
happen.
come back either. Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know about the teams that come back part, but I'm just talking about in the modern era of college
Right.
football, you don't have a
You
choice.
got to beat everybody.
You got to have huge wins.
Yeah.
And you know, I think Tennessee started it out whenever they played UTC, right? And then they put up 69 points.
Yeah.
Everybody had consistently been doing about 50 points. And then they said, hey, you know what? Tennessee scored 69, so I got to score 69.
Yeah. I don't know if it. I don't know if it played that way, but I think because you have Kiffins and Heupels and there's other coaches that probably believe in scoring until the final, like not letting up.
Well, and the
'Cause you're
crazy thing
right.
is he scored 71 points, and I think
He scored
What-
61 in the first half.
in the first half
Yeah.
he had already scored. Yeah, I mean, and then he had the third string in, and then he put the fourth string in. I think he was like on the fourth string quarterback or
Well, then
something.
that goes to Kent State's awful.
Interesting.
But no, yeah, I agree. I'm all for scoring, and going to like my wife and I, coach travel softball. We were up on a team 16 to nothing in softball, and this is why I say now we're like, because like sometimes they want you to be courteous, and if you're scoring a lot of runs on a team in an inning and they can't get you out, you'll step off the. If you got a runner on base, you step off the base, and it's an automatic out. And there's like an unwritten courtesy rule.
Like
You don't want-
rules to try to
Yeah.
stop it.
Well, we were up 16 to nothing, and we let this team come. We still won, but it was 16 to 10. They scored 10 in the next inning.
Oh boy, yeah, you don't want to.
Now we kind of had moved some people around, but still, it was like getting a little. At one point, first you're like, "Oh, they scored 3 runs, no big deal." We got an out. We'll get 2 outs way before they. Well, it gets like 16 to 10. We still only have 1 out.
You got to start being concerned.
Yeah. So.
But I
I'm-
mean,
I'm under now-
highest scoring game in the first half in like 20 years.
Yeah. And then to your point nowadays, listen, score.
You got to do what you got to do.
Score 100 if you can.
I mean, you don't have a choice, right? I mean, the rankings are not defined statistically. They're still heavily weighted on AP, right?
Yeah.
So,
But it's going to be the first test, UT. I think 6.5, I would take the spread because a touchdown, 7 points, you win. So I think they're going to win by more than that, but I'll take the spread. What was the over-under? I think Tennessee's defense, I want to see 56. And then, Tom, I didn't realize Oklahoma supposedly has a good defense as well. So
where's that defense stuff that we had up earlier? Do I still have it up?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got
know.
it. Here it is.
But
Are they on this list? No, they were like 20-something. 27.
yeah, so Tennessee's though, I wouldn't put too much stock in
They're
that
below
with who the-
SMU and West Point. San
Yeah.
Jose State apparently has a great defense. There we go.
Yeah, what you got to look at who Tennessee's played.
Texas is 17 defense in the country. Yeah, that's part of it too, right? I mean, it depended upon who you play. Who's Ohio State played?
Nobody.
I can't even get to their schedule quick enough because I'm slacking.
Yeah, and I tell you, you want to see what's interesting. You see Ole Miss anywhere? They've played nobody, and their defense is not in the top 10. Where's Ole Miss?
They're letting people score.
Yeah. So when they get into
They're not
finally,
even in the top 50. South Carolina's number 50.
yeah, Vanderbilt's defense is showing better than Ole
Vanderbilt's
Miss.
46.
Yeah, where is Ole Miss? Let's look, because I told you I don't think they're
They're
a
not
top
in the
5
top
team.
50. They're not in the top 50. Oh, no, there they are,
Oh,
22.
22. Okay.
They're better
So
than Oklahoma.
What is the 253 yards a game they're giving up? 3 yards a play. They've given up no touchdowns too, but they've played nobody. Ole Miss has. Just in 3 weeks, let's talk about it then. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
got to
who they
have some
play.
more SEC play,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
You
not
got to
a
have a
believer in
couple
Ole Miss
SEC
right
games
now.
before you can. Yeah, you're really down on Kiffin, huh?
No, I like Kiffin. I just don't.
You just don't. You're not. You're down on Ole Miss.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think when it gets into meat of the schedule, and I don't know who they play. I see them losing 2 games at least, and I haven't even looked. Where's the schedule? I'll say they'll lose 2 games by the end of the year. Now,
Go ahead.
are we ending this?
Yeah,
I mean, about to end this. Okay.
we're like way over.
Yeah, we are.
We're
We'll
way
have to
over.
cut some of this out.
But I mean, I'm not saying that we're over the show. I'm just saying that it's time for the
Time-wise.
exit music. To
Okay,
happen.
get it started. I like that. Yeah, no, I just think Ole Miss is. I shouldn't have even paid it. Yeah, you were doing right, and I
No, I
called
mean,
you out.
I think Ole Miss was ranked what? What was Ole Miss
Fifth.
ranked?
They're 5th, I believe.
Let's
But
see, where's that? Which game is it? There they are, ranked number 5.
yeah,
I mean that is a high ranking.
who pull their schedule up real quick?
What they got coming?
Yeah. So I mean, they played Furman, MTSU, and then Wake Forest. They got Georgia Southern, so they're getting all their non-conference out of the way.
Now they're going to have to go into. They got UGA coming, Oklahoma, LSU. They're going. I think they're going to be shocked at how hard it is to win at Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky's coming to them at South Carolina, at
Oh,
LSU.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's not a tough. Do you think that's a tough schedule? That's not. Maybe they don't lose.
State.
to.
Oh, that's because that's a rival game. That's
Yeah.
why. Like, how is Mississippi State already scheduled at 2:30?
Okay, all right. Look at this. They only play right now 3 ranked teams: Georgia,
it's not a
Oklahoma,
hard
LSU. Vandy had 4 teams in the top 10 that they play on the schedule.
Oh, they had a tough schedule. That's why I said they probably got one of the toughest in the country.
Yeah, at first I was like, I don't know, but then when I looked at it as you were talking, yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah. Oh yeah, they got a tough.
So
schedule.
Ole Miss may not lose more than they may not lose 2 games, but
They
it's
got a tough schedule. I mean, they got Missouri, they got Alabama, they got Texas, they got
And
LSU
Tennessee.
and Tennessee.
yeah. But yeah,
And South Carolina is not chunk change.
No, Ole Miss has got to prove themselves to me, and I'll quit dogging them now. But they're going to just have to prove themselves.
Well,
And,
thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah.
All the 0 people who are watching the show,
Yeah,
and once again, it's great to see you again, Michael.
Yeah,
I love
it's
this.
fun.
This is a lot of fun.
yeah, I enjoy it,
and I'm hoping that
even if nobody listens. But maybe we draw an audience.
who knows.
Hey, I like the call-ins though.
I love the call-ins, and I appreciate our callers calling in. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Michael Hahn, Jeremy Collins, and
Tom Luck.
Tom Luck, Andrew Luck's brother. And that's a good one to end on.
That's a
Not
good one.
really.
I thought that. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
No, I meant not really his brother. See ya. Has it ended?
This has been a production of Scott Social Media.